Hello and welcome to Record Label Boss. Almost didn't turn up the mic there. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, and I hope everything is good with you and safe with you. Welcome to Record Label Boss. Those that are following us on our Discord know that we just came back from business travel from Croatia, and I didn't know if I was going to do the stream today, but we came in early enough for me kind of like to throw everything down and to set up everything and be ready for the stream just in time. Also, I've just been playing Ukraine's song for the Eurovision Song Contest. I think it's going to be one of the top contenders for the Eurovision this year. And I think that, we should all support Ukraine in the struggle there. So if you're wondering how you can help, you can go to our webpage at countzerorecords.com, and at the top left-hand corner, you'll find a button that says Support Ukraine. And it links to the official link collection of the state of Ukraine. So if anybody wants to give something, please do so at the links that the state actually puts out. I know that there's a lot of well-meaning volunteers that kind of like are gathering money and stuff. But if you have something to give it to the official channels and make sure that it actually arrives, because we have been having reports from like some people that might been, not the NPOs that you want to donate to. Hello to Lotta Pigeon, hello to Meg's Beauty and everybody else who's already on the show. On Reddit today, I put into the topic, talk to a real life record label boss, kind of like a joke on myself. But of course it is true. So if you have any questions during the show, you're welcome to ask. I've been moving this show more towards a combined talk show and music review show where we review music from people all over the world that we get every week. And at the same time, we talk about the music industry and we talk about various topics of life. Last time I had a stream and I put in there, talk to a real life scientist, and it was actually really interesting. Because a lot of people were like, what kind of scientist are you, etc. And those that know me, I'm a economist and sociologist, but generally people associate science with, I don't know, white coats or something. This is not true. So if you want to talk about science, you want to talk Ukraine, you want to talk about the music industry, you're welcome. And I'm going to answer every question. Today I got a bunch of music actually waiting for me. So I'm gonna just immediately start, and this is Vera, unknown official artist. Okay, from Italy, I guess. Yep. Didn't supply any genre or anything, just said. We had a very busy weekend, and now we need to relax now. Okay, yeah, that doesn't really. Okay, track. But the vocals are improvable overall. Keep working. Ah, man. Oh man, I hate that. The typing. Alright, next one, Payphone World, hip hop rap, okay.
Are you serious, Tony?
Yeah, so we were doing a lot of driving because we went from one location where we needed to be to the next location where we needed to be.
Do the dash, whoa, I'm going fast, thinking I'ma crash, yeah. Leave the struggle in the past. Whoa, I'm
Oh yeah, vocally that's not going anywhere.
yeah, in my crib, yeah, I'm chillin', making all this
Okay, music, but the vocals definitely need some more practice. All the best and cheers.
Austin Martin, I get it all. Don't need a bargain, nah. I got that real estate, I'm living real as hell, yeah. I can't shall be working, thinking it's alright, yeah. Driving in the night, and I'm diving into some tunes.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin J. Smith, folk acoustic rock punk.
I don't count the hours anymore, and I don't stare out that open door.
And then I think I came back and I figured, you know,
Chase the sun until it shines. I've no idea what I would find.
I got so much music piled up,
Count the hours anymore.
might as well do it.
Golden acres stretch out before me.
Okay, this is a little bit too boring because it's just the guitar.
As far as I can hit it for.
Yeah. So for, as usual, for guitar only, okay track, but for guitar and vocals only, the bar would be a bit higher. Keep going. I always say that, you know, any genre to where it's just really you with a singular instrument and your music. Both have to be really good because there's nothing that can be heard. It's really hard to hide behind anything. So when you're doing this like Ed Sheeran type of music, gotta be really great with the guitar and the singing. Right, next one is Roisin O, pop from Italy.
Can we talk a little while?
Second submission today from Italy.
Find a way to change your mind. You walk away every time. Why'd I ever say goodbye?
Co-written with international singer-song sensation Gavin James. Stolen is the fourth single from Rosaline O's highly anticipated blah blah. Oh man. I think I've read
Now we're straight
I read
on the
far too many
knows what's underneath.
teasers for song releases, more than anybody in his right mind should ever read, you know. And people are always taunting their past accolades. So by the way, if you want to have a really great tip on how to make effective text to advertise your song, don't do the name dropping and say co-written by 4-time such and such award-winning person from here and there, because there's so many of these people in the world that nobody gives a fuck. Put in there the accolades you got from your pre-release advertisement. 4,000 radio DJs already support this song. This song has already reached level 20 in the DJ chart, such and such in the pre-release advertisement. Multiple interviews have been scheduled. Song has already received support from etc. So what has the song actually stirred? And then put in there as a second, what are you going to do to actually advertise the song? There's going to be a great music video. The song will be toured here and there, because what people are interested in, how successful is the song actually, and how much support are you putting behind it. And what a lot of musicians don't know and always think it's going to help them is if they're like name dropping as much as they can, and this guy and this guy and this guy, and but rather than doing name dropping par excellence, try to tell people that if you want to play a successful EDM song, a successful folk song in your radio show, this is the song and this is the reason why, and here's the resources. So a lot of musicians are driven by this need to be famous, by this deep desire to be famous, and they of course think that if they tell other people that famous people support or worked on their song, it's going to work. But this is from the perspective of an artist. From the perspective of somebody who is running a station or TV, famous people don't give you shit. I know a million songs that were written by famous people and completely tanked. What you want to know as a station, as a DJ, etc., is it a great song and are people already liking it? Is there a lot of marketing money behind it? Is there a supporting tour? All that kind of stuff. So, you know, if you just continue to drone on about how you won your high school's music prize and how awesome you are because you won the blue band in Ohio, nobody's gonna give a shit about that ultimately. And this is why, for example, I've talked through the entire song and have never felt the necessity to actually listen to it. Hold on, let me do that. Because it is so unremarkable. Yeah. And by the way, a lot of famous people are horrible songwriters and horrible producers. And you know why? Because a lot of the songs that famous people have were not written by them. They were written by a professional songwriter for them. So a lot of people are very, very surprised and disappointed when they have a famous person songwrite for them because the song is complete crap. And you're like, how can this be? This guy makes such great stuff. No, he doesn't. He hires somebody to do that for him. So, cool song and okay vocals that make this a decent pick for generic pop music. All the best and cheers. And of course, a lot of people are always, when they're asking you for feedback, they're kind of like a little bit fishing for something that they can say. So I can put out something there. And Bob is asking, do you feel comfortable pontificating when you literally have no hit artists or they are all bogus level B charts? Now, that is some assumptions, Bob, there. Number one, the first assumption is I'm pontificating, which is not true. The second assumption is you literally have no hit artists. That is also untrue, as you can see on our webpage. And they're bogus B-level charts. That is also untrue because they're not bogus B-level charts. So you make three assumptions that are incorrect. And I can feel your anger, and it usually comes from a place of jealousy. But you have to understand that on our label, everyone is an artist. I was an artist first. My music is still the best-selling music on the label. And we're not doing this to be assholes to anybody. We're literally a group of artists that got together, organized their label. Yes, I'm taking a lead. I'm taking the management. I put my money in. But at the end of the day, it's a group of people that like to work together and to try to help each other out. Always, there's going to be people that don't believe that think that I'm some kind of super evil person. I would invite you to come to our Discord and just chat with us and meet everybody. It's cool. Hey, James, how you doing? James is saying, fuck you, Bob. Go find your stapler. You know, I get this a lot. People believe that anybody that runs a record label or any kind of economic unit in the creative industry is inherently an evil person. And I'm not gonna lie, some of them are. But not everybody's evil that works in the creative industry. That would be stupid. Hey, Wayne, how you doing? Hello there, my intelligent friend. How are you today? A little bit tired, Wayne, because we've been traveling. But other than that, good. You know, we got everything done we wanted to get done. But man, there was a shit ton of driving back and forth. So, and meeting people and socializing with them, as it is always the case. And thank you, Gaetano, for wholesome. And Bob is saying, how is it an assumption? Because as long as you cannot prove anything, it is an assumption. That's how it is, you know. You assume something, and as long as you don't have any actual proof for a theory, it's an assumption. It could be a theory. And Bob says, I don't think you're evil, I think you're full of shit. But that's also an assumption. And usually bragging rights comes with something to brag about. That's also an assumption. So, I mean, what I have learned as a sociologist is that when people make statements that are full of assumptions, they're usually coming from a place of you would see this in Trumpists. You would see it in America in Trumpists. You would see it now in the world in Russians. You would see it in people that are strongly influenced by the media, that strongly believe in something, or you would see it in right-wing Christianity. Yeah, I'm a sociologist, Bob. That's right. And you would see it by people that are extremely driven by their emotional need to be right. And the disparity between the ability to be right and the need to be right is usually what puts them in conflict with themselves. They're usually people that don't have the education or the ability to make an argument that would be compelling on a factual basis. And so they try to make the argument on an emotional basis. And this is typical what we see, for example, currently in Russia, when they say, all the Ukrainians are Nazis. There's essentially no proof for any of that. Yes, in every country there's some Nazis. There's Nazis in Russia, there's Nazis in Germany, there's Nazis in Russia, in Ukraine. But Zelensky, president of Ukraine, is a Jew, and a bunch of his people also. So you're accusing the Jews of being Nazis. But this argument isn't made on a factual basis. It's made on an emotional basis because they want it to be true. And this is what I face a lot with the criticism here on Reddit. It's criticism because the person that's saying it wants it to be true. Hey, thank you for the new follower, Benzo. I think Benzo posted some stuff on the Discord. Hey, yeah, I saw you there. I think you recently posted a song or something. Thanks for following on Twitch. Very nice of you. If you have any questions about your stuff or your music, you're always welcome to ask here. We do this twice a week. And we give tips on, how to make it better, or what we think about it is cool about it. And yeah. I don't know what that word means, Bob. Bob said bloviating. I don't know that. Sorry, English is not my first language. There's just some words I don't know. But yeah, now in society we have a lot of people who are very angry and very hateful towards each other. The Trumpists hate everybody that is not a Trumpist. The Russians hate everybody that's not a Russian. There's a lot of hate and a lot of misinformation going around, and it's very sad. Oh, happy birthday, Vani. Is that true? Vani has birthday today. Is it today? Oh my God, if that is true, I need to play happy birthday immediately. Is it true, Vani? Tell me it's not true. Tell me it's true. Tell me it's not true. Happy birthday, YouTube. Okay, let me play this for Vani because she has birthday today. We gotta... China before communism? What the fuck? I wanted to play happy birthday. Not that I'm not interested in China before communism, but not at this very moment. Not at this very moment, no.
Das günstig.
But yeah, and some ads. Come on, let's get the birthday song for... Oh, that's alive. All right, let's play the Stevie Wonder. Yeah, that's a live version of it, right? That is just so bad quality. But this is for you, Vani. Happy birthday. I hope you're having a great day today. And Stevie Wonder is awesome. All right, now everybody's got to sing it together with me.
just how much we love you. And I'm sure that you agree. A little more perfectly. On the half I want to party. The day you came to me.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And I'm a horrible singer. I'm not going to sing any more than that. Happy birthday, Vani.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Never understood.
Alrighty.
One who stands for good.
I hope you're having a great day today. Hope you, I don't know if you started your new job already today or not, but I hope you had a good day. And thank you for joining us on your birthday and staying with us on the show.
Just because some cannot see.
That is very nice of you. And I'm sending all the best to my dear friend Vani in Switzerland there. And if you, we're going to give her a shout out. If you want to follow her on her socials, because she does a lot of great stuff. I think her Instagram is called Makeup by Vani or something. And she also has a YouTube channel. So Vani, go ahead and post your two channels and I'll shout you out if people want to follow you. We're gonna give you a birthday shout out there.
We know that there should be a holiday where peace is their love.
And there's some people asking where am I sending it. Janie, just post it on the Discord as you do usually. And I'll look through the stuff today. And we're gonna go through it and we're gonna talk about it. Okay, it's Vani's Vanity Corner. Vani's _ Vanity Corner. That is for Instagram or for YouTube. That would be great if you would let me know that. Instagram. Okay, so if you want to follow the birthday girl, Vani's Vanity Corner, that's Vani's _ Vanity Corner on Instagram, you'll be able to see some beautiful makeup made by our dear friend Vani, who has birthday today. If you like makeup, go follow her. If you don't like makeup, follow her anyway and say something nice and say happy birthday to her. She's going to be happy. And it's going to be good. You're going to make the world a better place, and everybody's going to be a little bit happier. Happy birthday. And I'm not saying how old she's getting. It's not. We're not going to do that. All right. And we're nearing the end of the song, Happy Birthday. I ate way too much pasta today and dessert, she says. Okay. Which pasta did you eat? The sauce and the type of pasta. Alright, that was our happy birthday thing for Vani there. Tagliatelle ai funghi porcini. Fungi is with mushrooms, and what's porcini? I forgot what porcini is. Or is it the special type of fungi? Porcini fungi. Too much pasta and dessert is literally not a thing, says Ladia. Yeah, the pasta in Italy is great. Steinpilze. Oh, I like Steinpilze. Steinpilze is very good. I don't even know the word for Steinpilze in English. I could literally not tell you. Porcini mushroom, yeah. It is porcini mushroom? Really? Okay, no, we call it Steinpilz in German, which means stone mushroom. I'm assuming because it grows on stone. Hey, Creepy Ape, how you doing over there on Reddit, my man? Hope you're doing good and great and everything is good for you. Hey, I have this thing. I should probably put up the flag here. Let me put up because I put a Ukrainian flag up today. I want to put that up. Ah, that is too much. Too much Slava Ukraini. We need a little bit Slava Ukraini, but shouldn't be covering my face. It's gonna make everything look stupid. All right, let's put it up here. We need it there. Good. Okay, so Porcini Mushroom. Creepy Ape says, I have a question. How many hours a day is it safe to continuously use headphones? Ooh, that is a very good question, Creepy Ape. The actual answer is going to disappoint you because you probably should not be doing it more than 2 hours. Anybody who works in any kind of professional anything is going to do more than 2 hours. And at that point, you're going to have to understand that it's not healthy. But with open-backed headphones like these ones, you can make it safer, and you have to monitor your volume levels extremely tightly. A lot of people fall victim to volume creep, which is when you have the headphones on for a while, and then your ears kind of like adapt to the noise level, and then in order to hear better, because they want to mix something or they're working on a movie or something, they turn it up a little bit, and then half an hour the same thing happens, and they turn it up and they turn it up and they turn it up and they turn it up, and after 4 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, they take off the headphones and they're extremely fucking loud, and people are like, wow, why did I turn it up so loud? So what you should do is every hour or every second hour, you should take them off for at least 15 minutes, be in a calm environment without noise, and reset your ears. This is, by the way, what I do when I'm mixing, and this is when people are always like, how do you catch all these things? You have to kind of like, just like with your legs, you have to rest your ears. So when you mix and you're not getting further, just take off the fucking headphones, set them down, and do it. I know that in a professional situation, you cannot always do that. If you're an audio engineer on a movie set, you're not going to be like, I'm going to take off these headphones and do whatever the fuck I want. But then use open-ended headphones and keep them as low as possible. Keep that volume down as good as you can. Creepy says, do you have a system where you reduce volume every few hours? I would love to, but I don't. I just have a system where you can now not really see that. Hold on, let me turn it on. I'm gonna put on side cam, okay? Hold on, let me show you here. If you're looking, let me quickly unclip that. If you're looking here at my mixers that I have here, I make it a point that every channel has something going in it, and I set these volumes, and I don't touch them or make them bigger. Quite actually like to make it to where the maximum level, for example here on microphone 1, is the maximum level I'm willing to put into my ears, by reducing the input level to the point to where it's acceptable, and then only changing the output level, in this way tricking myself that I can't actually not turn it up more unless I go to the sensitivity here, and that would tell me, dude, you're volume creeping. So set up your faders in a way to where you're cheating yourself into not raising the volume too much, if you can. I know you cannot do this everywhere, but see this here, this lever, this knob is here on these to the right, because this says this knob should only be to the right and should only go all the way down in extreme cases when the source input is very low and I can't hear shit. And so I have essentially set it up in a way to where I try to prevent myself from volume creeping. It's the only way you can do. And if you're just watching me on Reddit, you might not have seen that because the second camera is here. to the side of me, if you're watching Reddit on a device that can already support HD, there's some devices on Reddit that support it. We stream to Reddit in HD. It's an undocumented feature. Then you have seen it. If you haven't seen it, you can go to my YouTube channel. That's the Record Label Boss YouTube channel, or the Record Label Boss Twitch channel, where this show will be recorded. And you can go there after the show and look at what I was pointing to, because on Reddit, usually you only see like this part of the image, but I have more cameras to the left and right. And Creepy Ape is asking, do you do any kind of test to make sure you're not damaging your hearing over time? I actually have damaged my hearing over time already. I am suffering from tinnitus. I have 40% hearing loss at a certain frequency spectrum on the left ear. That's because I'm genetically prone to it, and also because I was working with headphones and music. So what can I say? I already have damaged hearing, and I'm the cat is clawing me, and I'm trying to minimize the problems from it. But yes, I don't. There are tests, and these tests are generally associated with tinnitus. So you can look for hearing tests for the PC and hearing tests for tinnitus, which will give you a range of certain frequency tones that the computer will record, and they will ask you to push the button as soon as you hear the tone. This will then create a hearing profile of you, and you will see how damaged your hearing is and which frequencies are not responding right. And these hearing tests are free. They're supplied by various organizations that work in and around of hearing healthcare, I would say. And they're super important and really good to do. So if you do this test once a year, and then you do your comparative curves and see how your hearing is degrading, that can give you a first hint of what you should and should do. And one thing I should say about hearing, which is really important, is because there's also traumatic hearing events, which means there are events where something happens and for some reason your speakers are 10 times as loud as they should be, or your microphone volume is, your headphones, all of a sudden something happens. And I have multiple friends that had hearing loss, not because of their permanent exposure, but because of a traumatic hearing event. One guy was standing in front of a wall of speakers that he was setting up, and somebody else, for some reason, plugged the speakers in and powered the system up, even though they shouldn't have done that. And it created a feedback, and he had a few 10,000 watts behind him going off. He had no hearing for a week, and when he recovered, his hearing was significantly impaired permanently. So you need to prevent traumatic events, and you also need to prevent volume creep. If you can prevent traumatic events and volume creep and long-term exposure, then you have taken out the 3 biggest risk factors for your hearing in music. How often do you need to clean your ears? Do you have a routine? I try to clean my ears as much as possible, but cleaning your ears too much is also not healthy. Actually having ear wax in your ears itself is not dangerous. Whereas aggressively cleaning your ears with Q-tips and ramming them down your ear as hard as you can is absolutely dangerous. So when you do your ear cleaning as a professional in the hearing profession, go smooth, go slow. And if you're worried that your ears are dirty or there's something in them and it's really deep and you can't get it out, go to a doctor. Go to a doctor and tell them to clean your ears professionally with warm water. And they will clean it for you. And Poop Crayon is here. Hey, preventing traumatic events is irrelevant. It's an accident you can't avoid sometimes. Yeah. Traumatic events, like I said, are usually caused by unavoidable third-party influences. Benzo is saying, is the company UK-based mainly? No, we have we have presence in Austria, in Croatia, in the UK, and in the US. our studio, my studio here, the video studio and the upstairs audio studio are in Austria. The company's main location is Croatia. That's where the holding is registered. And we have sister companies, I would say, that are in the US and the UK in order to, make legal things easier. That's that for Benzo. And Ken says he has arrived. Hey, Ken, how you doing? So yeah, these traumatic hearing events, you can't avoid them, but you can talk with your crew on certain things, how to do it, how not to do it, like if you're installing significant amount of wattage for speakers, who's going to turn the speakers on, who's going to power on the speakers, how's that going to work, how are they going to make it clear that nobody's standing in front of the wall, of the speaker wall, and that kind of stuff. It's security precautions, kind of like if you were running, I don't know, a gun drill or something. I don't know, might sound stupid, but seriously, if you're a roadie and you're doing like 2 shows every week, you can literally not have a catastrophic hearing event every 10th show. You'll be deaf in 2 years. So you're gonna have to find some kind of audio security protocol. Yeah, but what Poopy says is sadly true. Sometimes it can't be avoided, and it's horrible. Thank you, James, for subscribing. That's very nice of you. For those of you who know James, he's been a long time subscriber and supporter of the show, and I'm very grateful to him for always being here whenever he can. And I hope you're doing great, James, and everything is good with you and your family. Electrical. At that point, it's like lockout, tag out. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Poop. Electrical standard. Yeah, that's right. You're essentially approaching it as you would repairing anything in an electric system. You're making sure that there's no power while you're repairing it, or you're gonna get fried. Yes, come here, boy. It's a good boy. It's the boy. The boy is here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So it's the same thing as if you would be an electrician. You just gotta make sure that things are off. Or like Ken says here, I always wear ear protection. If you're a roadie, you can do that because you don't necessarily need to hear everything very, very clearly. Oh wow, he's really going on the camera now. You're going to sit down? You're going to sit down here? You're going to be part of the show? So yeah, hearing safety and hearing security is really important too. Switching to Twitch, I like it there better. Yeah, I just have, I would love for Reddit to switch to normal HD streaming so that everybody can see everything, because the upstraight streaming really bugs me out, because you just cannot offer your viewers the stuff that you want. And Creepy says, do you find it difficult to switch between different brands of headphones? I do. Do you have a system of tuning all the headphones to sound similar? Ooh, that's a good question. Actually, no. I have this process to where I start wearing a certain type of headphone when the old one broke, or I need to use it, and then I'm like, man, this doesn't sound what I'm used to. This doesn't sound what I like. This doesn't sound what I am good with, and then I need like a whole month to get used to them, I went from the KRK KNS 8500s, which are very flat, very, very flat, to these DT990s Biodynamic, and they have a little bit more bass. And at first I was like, oh my god, it's fucking booming, brooming bass all the fucking time. This is so annoying. How can you mix in these, But you get used to it. So the routine for me is to like use these headphones for like a month, so your hearing gets used to it, and then start mixing with them afterwards. Or you just always have the same ones. If I was always just using the KRK KNS 8500s, I would be fine. They are my choice for mixing headphones. Never had any better ones. I don't like colored sound. These ones are colored. They definitely have a color, a little bit of a stronger bass. I actually don't like that. But this is my streaming studio. I'm not mixing here. Up in the audio studio, I still have the KR case. They're extremely flat. Nobody wants to listen to music on them. And people are like, wow, your song sounds like shit when I listen to the song in these headphones, you know? And I'm like, yeah, because it's a flat response curve. It's not bassy. It's so that you can mix it well if you know what you're doing. It's equipment, kind of like professional skiers have different skis than beginning skiers. And beginning skiers generally... oh, wow. The cat is on the producer table and he's going to throw shit down because he thinks that's really fun. All right, switching. What's more damaging to the hearing, bass or higher pitch sounds? I definitely had the bigger problem with high pitched sounds. I think I had some traumatic hearing events from high pitched sounds. I seem to be, and the hearing loss that I have is in the higher pitched range. I actually never had problems with bassy sounds, and I have no hearing loss on bassy sounds. I actually have hearing loss on higher pitched sounds. And I had a traumatic hearing event and I lost the hearing at that frequency. So, yeah, there's that. All right. Poopy back, says ATD. Yeah, ATD is poopy. That's right. God damn it. For every one of you, I always have to remember like 5 things. All right, so... the cat has been dragged off. And these are the Mountain Daisies from Canada with their folk acoustic song. Recorded in Nashville. Yeah, and one of my dear friends, Yo-Yo, the moderator, is telling me that they made some changes to the server over the weekend. I think we have different demo rooms there now. Hold on, let me see. You should be able to pick up the unsigned artist role and then put it in demo review. I think demo review is a place where you can post your stuff when you are an unsigned artist. That's right. Is that what it is, Yo-Yo? Demo review, is that what it called? Okay, so guys, I think our room in Discord for that is now called demo review, because we have 2 rooms now. I think promote your own music is a room where people will be able to put their stuff in there, and it's for other people to listen to. And then we made, I think, a second room that is called demo review. That's the one where you want to post your stuff, that if you want it to be reviewed on the show. Again, these changes are very new. I don't think we've communicated them, and I haven't been here, so. Yeah, and he says to me, right, okay. So guys, if you're on the show and you want me to check out your stuff, please put it in the demo minus review room. And you should be able to do that as soon as you pick up your the new unsigned artist role. Because there's now a room that says unsigned artist role, so go there and get that role and then post it. I know it's a little bit complicated, but we're doing good things with the server, and we want to give the people... Janie, that's because you don't have the unsigned artist role. If you want to, I can give it to you, but you can also pick it up yourself in the unsigned artist role room. It's new. But please let me know if that works for you, because I see you here, Janie Hot, as fan. Okay, so go to the unsigned artist role room and click and react there with the star. It's the room with the star. Okay. All right, I'm gonna give some feedback to this. I think it was okay. Okay, song that is well produced and sounds nice, even if a bit generic. All the best and cheers. It's like, it's your typical Nashville production, I would say. Not necessarily looking for that right now. And this is Feel influence from the United States hip hop rap.
Damn you, you killing me.
Yeah, turn me up, Jack.
Kinda get a little used to this lifestyle. Money, cars, hoes, that's right.
And Creepy is asking, are there any genres of music that have grown on you over time? I'm a generic listener. I listen to everything from classical music to country. And my first love was electronic music, and my second love was hip hop and rap music. And if anything has grown on me over time, it's probably classical music, because when you listen to classical music and the music of the 20s to 60s, you all of a sudden realize where a lot of the melodies that people are using are actually coming from. Because there's actually more stealing going on in music than you ever realize. And then I was like, oh wow, now I know where these people got all of their stuff from, you know? It's not, they didn't necessarily come up with it. They just got into, get into copyright-free music that's older than 75 years, and you'll be able to find a treasure trove of melodies that you can use. That is free. And it's uncopyrightable. You can grab it, you can use it, anything. And so let me see if that works. Oh yeah, and Yo-Yo is telling me that this unsigned artist role comes up at level 3. For people. That's right. In order to get level 3, you have to chat a little bit on the server. And this is to prevent people from coming to the server, dropping a demo, and then immediately leaving the server, and then we end up reviewing stuff from people that aren't even there anymore. And we're essentially going through the work, and nobody's listening to the feedback because they're not on the server and they're not on the show. And a lot of people were like a little bit like using it as a so we don't necessarily want this to be like a spamming room where people just randomly come in here. And Janie, I know Janie, she's been around for a while, so this is not the problem, you know. But there's other people that just come in here and put their shit in here. Yeah, I know you were here before. And there's people that come in here, slap their shit, and then leave, you know. And we want to kind of like we want to give our time to the people that take the time to actually listen to it, you know. And it's okay. I mean, for now, I'm gonna go through this, and then Janie, everybody who's on the show, I'll review your stuff, okay? It's not a problem. Because we literally did this today, and we haven't fully explained it to you, but I'll click through your stuff and see where it is, and I'm gonna find it. Don't worry about it.
Wearing all these jewels, I'm iced out. Way too turn, can't.
Okay, this is average. Okay, track with some Okay, vocals that is of good but improvable quality. Very generic feedback. All the best and cheers. It's just melodically not. It's not horrible, but I wouldn't. And this is True's hip hop rap. Okay. And Janie says, I took your feedback, very good, and I asked him about the classes. I haven't got a word, but I did got better control of my word. Yes. Yeah, it's good. Okay, we're gonna say no to this. Okay, track that could be better in production and mixing. The vocals are a bit thin and could be improved quite a bit. All the best and cheers. Yep, sounds like an early work of somebody. So we're gonna look at your stuff, Janie, today. Don't worry about it. Because I generally always review people that are live on the show, you know, because I can actually talk to them. Hip hop, rap, metal, pop. Yeah, that would fit to our label. I think these people are just sufficiently weird to be good on our label. I'm gonna okay them. How is that so quiet? Hold on, what did I do here? Oh, here. Yeah. Yeah, we can send him to tour with Cygnus and Kenny. La, la, la. That's gonna be an invite. Also because the video is nice. And now just gotta make sure that the secret link I'm sending them is actually valid. Open link in new tab. Okay, me see that. Cause we have these secret links into like back doors into meetings with us. Talk soon. Ah, damn it! Come on. I hate typing. Hate it. All right. See, this is what I mean, you know. Every once in so often, hey Benzo, you're back. Hey Voss, how you doing? Every once in so often, you'll actually find somebody who's actually pretty good and who you think is unique enough. Because I don't know. We're not really battling it out with Sony and Universal and Warner in the mainstream section of the thing, but I'm looking for people who are sufficiently off mainstream to be interesting, to have a specialized audience. Of course, if somebody's really, really great mainstream, why not? But it's certainly interesting to me to have somebody that would be someone that the bigger ones would not necessarily pick up, but that I could see having a dedicated following and having interesting music. That's the most important thing to me. Creepy Ape is saying, in your opinion, what will be the next genre of style of music? I don't know. People are asking me this all the time, and I usually answer it with the return of the real. There's a song by Ice-T, by the way, also. But I think that we are currently living in an age of completely fake music. Music has never been so fake as it is now, commercial music especially, because there's hardly anything left that people actually do themselves. If you look at people like Dua Lipa, there is dancing and interviews. That's what's left. There is no singing. There's no songwriting, there's no musicianship, there's no playing of instruments, there's nothing left that musicians do. And I would like to see, and this is more wishful thinking, the return of the real. What do I mean by that? That people that maybe aren't the most beautiful, but are actually great musicians, can come back to the spotlight. People actually play instruments on stage. People actually sing on stage. People actually write their own songs. People actually make creative music and are not dancing Muppets for a multi-million-dollar team of producers who are great. Because what can you say? Dua Lipa's producers are great. Her team is great. But they casted her like a fucking actor. And said, we have everything we need. Now we need an actor to dance. I don't know. That's not what I want. Nothing against her. She's beautiful. She can dance. I'm sure she's talented. But I don't think that is how creativity works. That you have, the same 5 white dudes making all the music in the world, and then a whole lot of people out there pretending like they're the ones making that music. And it's not only the white people, it's also the black people, because it's the same there as well. And it's the Asian people there as well. There isn't a K-pop band in the world that has ever made a single song themselves. They're literally completely casted gigs, And I like 21, and I like Bunch of People. It's nice, it's great. BTS is produced extremely well. Fantastic. Mind-blowing. Great, but not by them. They didn't make any of it. So Creepy Ape says, with the shift to the 80s style of music during the last few years, do you think the 90s style of music is the next best thing? I don't know. As soon as I know what the next big thing is, I'll let you know. I predicted electronic and I predicted hip-hop, and ever since then I haven't predicted anything, because the world is still catching up to where I was in the 90s. In the 80s I got into electronic, in the 90s I got into hip-hop, and ever since then they've just been catching up. I don't know, nothing new that I heard in the last time. And Creepy Ape says, when evaluating a song, do you ever drop a song into a DAW and remove the vocals or music and listen to the elements separately? No, I just don't have the time to do that. That would be something I do once I signed the artists and once I actually go through their material and try to find out what are we going to do with the material. Are we going to re-record something? How are we going to work this? But there's absolutely no way for me to fuck around with a song for an hour. Just don't have the time. To do that, and Janie says, I've noticed the rappers just do generic stuff, which is flaunting money and talking about women and who don't even want them. Yeah, look, I come from a generation, Chris from Boogie Down Productions, Chuck D from Public Enemy, Ice-T, Ice Cube, NWA, I don't know, Black Sheep, Gangstar. So many people had so many stories to tell. You listened to Chuck D and it was political. You listened to Boogie Down Productions, it was political. You listened to Ice-T and Ice Cube, it was about gangster living. You listened to NWA, it was like a potpourri of topics. You listened to, I don't know, Black Sheep, it was interesting stories about growing up in New York. You listened to Gangstar, Guru and Josh, it was something else. You listen to any rapper and you heard their stories. And me as a 16-year-old boy in Austria that could absolutely not relate to any of the shit going on there, I heard these stories told in a compelling way. But rap nowadays doesn't have stories anymore. Most rap artists talk about essentially nothing. I have a big cock, my wallet is full, my shoes are clean, and my hat is nice. This is why I attract the girls with the biggest ass, and my car has lots of horsepower. I mean, what the fuck is that? Is that idiocracy in rap? Like, let's make the dumbest possible rap song and then try to sell that shit. Rap was the medium of rebellion for the urban youth. It was originally used to talk about social issues. It was used to talk about politics, to talk about oppression, to talk about various topics. And now they're rapping about the most mundane shit possible, and they're worrying about how they can sell their Jeezys, Meezys, and Bleezys and other bullshit shoes to some 14-year-olds that are impressionable. And I've said this many times, and I'm not black, but when you're a black billionaire that comes from the ghetto, and all you have to offer your community is to sell overpriced shoes you're making in China for $2 per shoe, and you sell them for $200 to the urban black youth of America, and you take that money to become a billionaire so you can build a house with it and flaunt that money and buy $10,000 bottles of champagne, you're not a positive force in society. You're just a pure asshole. And a lot of people are doing that. So from the times when people called in rap music for the organization of the community, for giving back to your own community, which went not only for black people, but also for Greeks, for Balkans people, for whoever, for making the world a better place, for talking about social issues, to exploiting impressionable teenagers for your own personal gain and nothing else. This is how we have progressed. I can only say bravo, greatest achievement of all times. You have turned the music of rebellion and turned it into the commercial bullshit of a sheep-like people who follow you into buying your bullshit tennis shoes. And I'm deeply disappointed with that. So, what can I say? Yay for commercialization, I guess. Do you think this is because rappers don't write their own lyrics anymore? Yeah, it's been commercialized. They don't write their own music, they don't write their own beats, they don't write their own lyrics. There's nothing they do anymore. And I'm not going to name names, but pretty much all of the big ones don't do anything themselves anymore. They have made themselves into their own Dua Lipa. They just perform the song, and usually badly at that. And you can tell that they're performing it badly because they're like, you know, Jesus fucking Christ, go to a Run DMC concert and you will understand that these dudes wrote the music themselves and they wrote the lyrics themselves. Why? Because you can wake up Run and Daryl at any time of any day and they'll be able to rap their shit in just the same way that it's on the fucking record. You know what I mean? So... but other people are like, what are we saying now? Nigger, what? 40, what now? It's horrible. And James said, did you see the clip when a woman asked Snoop Dogg if he regretted how he portrayed women? And he said, hell no. Yeah, I saw that. What can I say, you know? I like Snoop Dogg's music, but do I really like Snoop Dogg's music, or is it music that somebody made for him? And I know that the answer is number 2. You know, so I'm not dissing him, but I wouldn't say that he's a person who has greatly propelled humanity forward. You know, I think a person that I respect deeply is Chuck D from Public Enemy. I think he's still the best rapper, and I can explain to you why I think that. Multiple reasons for that, but people just don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear, you know, by the time I get to Alabama, and people don't want to hear, you know, stuff. People want to hear, I'm going to drink so much alcohol, I'm going to grab the bitch's tits. You know, okay. And Janie Hart says, a child with parents who don't understand how to be parents, and I'm all about showcasing that, especially being a black girl who doesn't understand how life works, but was thrown into by parents and emotionally facing trauma and social issues such as anxiety and misunderstanding by schools, etc. I'm still fighting for my GED. Good for you, Janie. Love you for doing that. And people ask me why I call myself child at heart. It's because I was never a child. Yep, I very much know what you're talking about. Not for me, but I know somebody who is. But I'm now giving everything once, since now I'm an adult. Child at heart, that's me. Sorry, but that's my friend. No, dude, that's totally okay. That is, so many people have that, and I'm not gonna, you know, talk about the person that had that in my environment. Maybe they want to talk about it one day. And Janie says, I just wrote at least 6 songs this morning about a lot of parental issues, but no one want to talk about it, so I will. And see, Janie, this is exactly what I think is currently missing. Artists that actually have something to say. Because people don't want to listen to people that actually have something to say, and I'm not totally understanding why. I am disappointed that people don't want to listen to anything that's real anymore. And rap music was such a good vehicle for the underprivileged, first black people, but it could be Indian people, it could be Greek people, it could be anybody. It was a music that was a rebellious music where people talked about their life, essentially. And said, in my life, this is a problem, I want to make this better. And this is what set it apart from other stuff. And then, you know, people are always making fun about country music, because country music is many times played by people who are what they call simple-minded. But at its core, it's also people talking about their shit. You know, I come home late at night, I was working with the cows, and my wife, she's bitching at me. And then people are like, what are these people fucking talking about? And that is actually their fucking life. You know, believe it or not, they're driving around in a truck herding cows, and they come home to a wife that's bitching at them. That's exactly what happens. It's just that people misunderstand and they're like, you know, why are you talking about this? This is so dumb. This never happened to me. That is because you don't live there. That's because you don't live on a farm. That's because you don't live in the country. And it's the same thing with rap. You don't understand what it is to be arrested as a black teenager at 10 o'clock at night by the cops when you have done absolutely nothing, because you don't live there. You cannot relate. But that doesn't matter. It's music is a vehicle for people to talk about something. And what I hate is when people use it and abuse this to only make money. And I think I don't know what Chuck and Flavor and the other guys from Public Enemy would call these people. I don't know, maybe Uncle Tom or maybe Sellout or something, but it wouldn't be nice words. The guys that are currently making Billboard chart hits, the real fathers of the music would probably not look too kindly on them. But the fathers of the music are never getting interviewed nowadays, you know? And you have a million people who believe that, I don't know, Eminem is the best rapper in the world, which I have absolutely nothing against Eminem, but he's not. That's just because that's all they know. And it's just a fucking joke. He's a great rapper. I'm not saying that. But to say, you know, that he has done so much for the music or what, I don't know what you're fucking talking about. He's just one of the guys that is a good rapper, you know. Who has done a lot for rap music? The people that fucking invented it, number one. The people that fucking made it, number two. And the guys that are now riding the fucking success wave of commercialized rap music are not the ones that did a lot for it. They're the ones benefiting from it. So, yeah. What do you think about mumble rap? I don't get it. Creepy Ape is asking me what I do think about mumble rap. I don't get it. To me, the most important thing literally was to understand what people are saying. The rhymes were really important to me. Fucking rhymes. When I started listening to rap music, every CD had this rhyme book, this lyric book. And I would take the CD, put it in, I would take the lyric book out, and I would read it, and I'll be like, oh my God, that is so smart. That's such a good rhyme. How he's making that punchline, that is great. And it would be an entertainment in itself to read these texts, to read these lyrics, to read these stories, and how they put it into music. And that would be so interesting. And now I don't have anything against 50 Cent, but if you look up his lyrics, it's like you don't need a lyric book for those, okay? And Janie wants to bring some awareness. Yes, that's right. That there's a lot more than street life. There is all kinds of social issues that are in society that need to be talked about, that should be talked about, but that are not, because all we talk about is who has the most expensive shoe. I mean, really? Who has the most expensive shoe? That, by the way, is made by a child in India in slave labor conditions. You're literally rapping about slavery and enticing your people to buy a shoe that was made in slave labor. How more fucking hypocrite can you become? I have no words. Absolutely none. That is and Janie says you can be well in an environment, but you don't have a physical, mental, or emotion, anything of that sort, and everything will crumble. Mentally damages a person. I don't like mumble rap. Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on Taylor, the Creator. I don't know him. You ever heard of him? I haven't. But I'm almost 50, so. Here's what I wrote. Thought too many cooks in the kitchen, the wash is filled with dirty dishes. Mama, Papa used to love to cook, but they gave their child a burnt book. No one's careful trying to read. There's the kitchen, but then not cook. It means a lot to me. Even though it's vague, but hold on. Used to love to read the booklet inside the tape or CD package. It's James. Yeah, that's James, because it's James my generation, I forgot to send it here. All right, and Janie's posting some of her lyrics that are pretty cool and involved. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Yeah, this is essentially the things that I was writing before when I was doing lyric writing. I was always writing about something with a backstory, something that had some meaning to me. It doesn't necessarily have to have a meaning for you. There's a lot of people, but there's no parents being parents. They don't put the work in, take care of the child. They make. Yes, this goes to another thing in society nowadays. Parents are kind of deflecting a lot of their responsibility that they have in childcare and raising their kids onto schools, kindergartens, the state, whoever wants to take care of it, so the parents can be more individualist and go on and do horse riding and do whatever the fuck it is they want. People have less and less interest of having children and raising them. And what I'm always asking myself is, if you don't have an interest in raising children and you don't have an interest in having a family, why do you then have them? I'm not against, birth control or abortion or anything like that. So if you think you're in a situation in life where you cannot support a child, why are you having it? I'm just totally not getting it. Why would you do that? And instead not just say, okay, currently, wow, it's really not working out for me. I'm going to wait a little bit until I'm more settled, and then I can do it, and then I'm going to have it. But on the other hand, I have to say that I know how it happens, and I know so many people who put very, very little thought of it into anything that they do when they are young. And that's how they, you know, do a lot of shit, a lot of dumb shit when people are young, and that's essentially how they got to their stuff, to the situation with the kids. Creepy Ape says, have you heard of a combination of tones method of sound synthesis? Yes. Have you heard of combination tones, a method of... There's all kinds of sound synthesis methods. I'm not sure what the specifics of what you're referring to, Creepy, there. Maybe you want to elaborate that. So we have Vaz here who says, so like, I don't understand right now, do you review both channels or only the Promote Your Music channel? I think we're gonna do only the demo review channel on the show. We're gonna listen to the Promote Your Own Music channel casually and put something in there, but there's gonna be its own channel where the stuff will be reviewed on the show that you will have access to when you're a level 3 chatter. Sorry. And that can be accomplished with sending like 20 chat messages on the server or something like that. So that, you know, the people that actually talk on the server and that are actually active are the ones that are able to get into the show and have their stuff reviewed in a longer format. And the people just kind of like just drive by, drop their shit, and then actually leave. I've had this happen to me, you know. Somebody comes in, drops their stuff there, and then leaves the server. And okay, I guess it paid off to socialize. That's right. No, and then somebody comes in, drops it, leaves the server, and I'm here reviewing the song, blah blah blah, and Lottie sends me, you know, he has left the server, and I'm like, so I'm just doing this to myself, you know, and they're like, yep, the person's not here. He's not going to see the review. He's not going to listen to what you just said, and you just essentially did it for nothing. And I'm like, oh, you know, because I want to do two things. Number one, I want to give a little bit of help and engage with people that are not ready to get signed yet, and like talk with them and maybe help them a little bit. And then the ones that are ready to get signed and they're good enough, I want to say, hey, you know, you want to join the gang and do something? But when they're just coming in and anonymously kind of like depositing their songs and then leaving, how the fuck am I ever going to contact them? Or I don't know, you know that. So this is why we did this. And Creepy says the combination tones used in classical music. I'm not sure what you mean by combination tones of classical music. Like keys or chords. There's really no difference between classical music and music now. Oh my God, bro! One person ruined it. Nah, don't worry about it. Look, it doesn't cost you anything. And Vaz and Janie and all the people who are on here all of the time, you will get that permission in no time at all. Plus, today I'm gonna pull out your stuff anyway. So you're going to be able to do that anyway, because you're here and you have been here, and you're going to continue to be here. You know what I mean? So it's not going to be a problem for you. But what it will do is that Vaz and Janie and others who we know who are on the server, you'll get your stuff reviewed before and with a higher priority than other people who are not who don't have that thing, you know, who are just like drive-by shooting. But the issue is I can't see the stream. But you're on Twitch. You can't see the stream. Are they used? Oh, okay. So, okay. I've been chatting a lot. Let me just quickly. I Because I need to finish these songs here. Vaz is already over level 3, so he should be able to pick up the access role for that. Janie, if you were talking on Discord instead of Twitch, right, you'd be... Okay, this is okay, it's too solo. Too much of a solo vibe, that's what I said. We listen to some Beethoven Urlaub. And Vaz already done it? Okay.
I don't want a space like that. I don't wanna go and spend my days like that, no. Baby looking fine like Reno. Nothing that'll make me cheap, ho. I just wanna take you out where you want, no stupid shit. Playing like you mad in the crib. I don't wanna fight with you in
Yeah, it's not made to deter you guys at all.
$100 holiday and cigarette. Another girl has got me looking same bad. I don't make a move though, faithfully. My mind is going in circles spatially. But I don't want a space like that. I don't wanna go and spend my days like that, no. I don't wanna race like that. I just got my life how I want on track. Another penny, a long day, another track. I've been focused on everything. I'm
Yeah, vocals are not worked out well. Okay, track with the vocals being the most improvable part. Cool vibe. All the best and cheers. You should be studying, okay. Well, you know, you can always say to your teacher that you spent some time with a scientist, with somebody who actually, went to the university, did his master thesis, is doing his PhD thesis. High-level science and research here with an economist and sociologist. So there's that. When do you get to do that? You know, I found out that a lot of kids never actually talk to anybody in any academic profession, and it's like interesting to talk to them on the show because they're like, you know, scientist, are you not a doctor? I'm like, nope, I'm not that kind of doctor. And Fox says, I bet I'm gonna tell him that tomorrow. Yeah, it's how people understand what they want to do in the future. And I'm an economist and sociologist, and I think it's a great thing to research, a great thing to do, a great job to have, to think about, to research about, and to work in the field of sociology, which I like almost more than economy, by the way, because it's really interesting. Economy is a little bit more, a little bit more straight. But sociology is where it really comes into play when, why are people doing shit, It's the research of why are people doing shit. Cool track with a good flow, but vocals remain improvable in intonation and cadence. All the best and cheers. And Janie says, I don't know, these lyrics always made the same train of thought. All these rappers hold too much pride in not writing the raps. I'm gonna say something provocative. A lot of these guys are so fucking stupid they don't have anything to talk about. Have you ever contemplated that? Because when the only thing you can talk about is money, bitches, and cars, you're probably a severely undereducated plus very dumb individual. And there's a lot of these. That's why you see rappers used to be intelligent black men in the beginning. But it's now everybody, you know? And there's so many wannabes, you cannot comprehend how many wannabes. Some of my friends are rap producers. Some guys work in Atlanta, and the shit that they have to produce every day is just insane. And Janie says she took creative writing classes. Yep. Learning stuff makes you better. I mean, just vent my thoughts into my lyrics sometimes. I do that all the time. I always put everything in lyrics. Now I put it in the show. You know, the show has been a great outlet for me to talk about shit. And Janie says, but they don't actually write it. They just don't think of it kind of thing, and it ends up really messy and sounding weird. Yep. Stretch of yo. Did somebody buy a stretch? I'm again on the other chat. Yeah, I was in the booth with some friends sometimes, and then our lyrics were ass. Most people's lyrics are totally ass. And Lottie says, I think lyrics should absolutely be train of thought. Best way to get an emotion in there. Yep. But I also think they need to be looked back over at a later date with a clear mind. Yeah. And worked up. So what I did when I was writing rap lyrics is I had this folder. And I would write it in there. And I would start four songs or 5 songs. And then 2 weeks later, I'd come back and do another one on the first song. And then 2 weeks later, I would come back and do another on the first song. And I'll cross something out. And over a while, I would finish them all. Whenever I had an idea for one song, I would come back to that song and do another verse on it or something, because I just had an idea. And Janie just got level 2. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people don't revisit. Yeah, Vaz says he was at the point where lyrics were based on sounding badass. Yeah, I'm not saying for you to do what to do and what not to do, but if you have lived a life of crime, then it's a good idea for you to talk about that life of crime. If you lived the life of science, it's a good idea to talk about the life of science. It's if you've lived the life and the struggles of a musician, then you should talk about it. If you're talking about things that actually happen to you, you will be so much more authentic and people will be able to connect so much more to you than if you're making up this fake shit. All these guys that never in their entire lives were anywhere near the ghetto, and now they're all like fucking gangsters. I need to buy a gold chain and I need to pretend to be a gangster. And the fucker grew up in Ohio on a farm. You know, why don't you talk about the problems that people have on farms in Ohio? Because they do have actual real problems. There's things there that are not going well that you can talk about and you would be knowledgeable about them and people would like it. And guess what? Maybe some country people would even listen to your rap and they would say that's exactly what happens here in the country. And I don't like rap music, but this guy, he's right. He knows it. And that's what happens when you make authentic music. People identify with you because you're not talking about something that you have no idea of and you're pretending to be somebody that you're not. But you're actually talking about something that you understand. And Janie likes writing. That's great. And Lottie says she got a proper handwritten letter in the mail from a friend I talked to on here every day. I cried. That is very nice. And Janie says, literally at a point, I feel like black men don't want to be categorized as a black because, excuse my language, thugs and gangsters, but they talk about issues they've never been through. So what the fuck? That does not only include black people. I have seen, let me tell you a gripe, more fucking white college dropouts talk about how they are an entrepreneur than I ever care to see in my fucking life. Especially me as an economist, having TikTok be full of these like crypto bros and currency bros and economy bros and I tell you how the market shit bros that have absolutely zero idea of economy, zero idea of marketing, that literally know nothing, and you can tell because they're not even able to pronounce the fucking words right. They don't even know the first thing about anything, and they're all over TikTok and telling everybody how great of an instructor, how great of a mentor, and how great of an entrepreneur that they are. 99.9% of these dudes are white boys. They're like, I got famous by selling bullshit to monkey assholes, and you can too make $7,000. And I literally get really upset at these people, because being an entrepreneur is a legit thing. It's great to start your own company, but it's very fucking hard. And there's skills you can learn, but none of these skills can be taught by these fucking 23-year-old idiots who don't know anything. I had my own media agency for 6 months now. What the fuck? If you're giving advice to anybody, you should say I've had it for 26 years, not for 6 months. Oh man, that triggers me, and that's a totally a white thing. That's totally a white thing. Is all the white people will tell you that, you know, I had this kind of business for 2 seconds and I shook my PP twice, so now I'm an expert on everything, you know. TikTok is full of them, and I just French teacher, a diss track against my French teacher, lol. So yeah, it's a lot of people who love to pretend now because they can only be heroes when they pretend to be something that they're not. They're not heroes of any kind, but they're pretending like they're heroes. This is somewhat basic electronic. Okay, but a bit basic electronic. Would like to hear more in the future. All the best and cheers. You know, it's always hard to judge from these like club-like tracks. Boom, 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 boom. You know, because that doesn't really take a lot of skill. There it is again. So yeah. Everybody's bullshitting now. And this is what I mean, the return of the real. I hope and I pray that the return of the real will come, but I also think it's not going to be my generation anymore, because I'm on a timer. I have some friends and we said we're going to retire in what was it? In 6 years from now or so, we're going to retire. And we're just going to, you know, check out, and that was it. Because, you know, we don't want to work until we die. So I don't know. It's going to be an interesting journey until then. Another basic track. And Vas says, so hear me out. I was at a party a week ago and they straight up kept playing tech the entire night, and I'm telling you, it's such massive suck. Okay. Well, there's lots of different music genres, you know. Okay, but a bit basic electronic track that would benefit from a more classic song structure for commercial use. Not bad. Cheers. What am I supposed to say? This like unstructured electro. You like my track, Coding Dreams? It's one of my lyric tracks. I'll send a link for private track that is real from the heart. Yeah, and learning how to express yourself with music and with lyrics is a really great thing. And this, when people ask me what is my mission, this is kind of like, you know, truth, beauty, and the return of the real. Okay, track that's a bit underproduced and the vocals remain improvable over its entirety. All the best and cheers. Hardly anybody, by the way, sent something twice. There isn't a whole lot of people that come back after initial feedback, but there's plenty of people who to feedback on, you know. When you listen to the demos on Discord now, kind of nervous on what you're gonna say. Don't be nervous. Look, if you had heard any of the stuff that I made when I was young, you would not be nervous because it was horrible. And I know that Scotty recently said to me, "You're always telling everybody you're going to need 20 years until you're great. Don't do that. People will be so distraught." The reason why I'm saying this is because I want to tell you guys that all the people that I know worked for where they got to. There is no pressure on you to be a world star after a year. Absolutely not. That's not how it works. And it's normal to go from one step to the next. Completely normal. It's what happens. It's kind of like, I don't know, when you're a sports person. You play in a minor league, then you go to a bigger league, then you go to a bigger league, then the NFL picks you, blah, blah, whatnot. I don't know how that works, not really into sports. But you don't start as an 8-year-old and play the NFL, right? Why? Because the adults play in the NFL. You start in a league that is for you. And it's the same way in music. You don't start out and become something big. And all the stories that they have sold you to where artist is discovered and comes out big, it's all not true. There's always something behind it, and it's 99% it's some kind of marketing gag to where there's a big money company behind it, and they're just looking for somebody that they can blow up with their money, and they're blowing the artist up not by the artist being so good, but by them putting so much money in. Okay, what I got here from Voss, a small snippet working on it right now.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Like the past few songs, they went really good, you know? It's fucking crazy, dog. Straight from bed and crazy shit, I'm scared of failing shit. I might just not be made for this, a person that likes rainy shit. I wanna be the next to flip, open with the whole chorus, but I won't show any tours. I like it when I'm alone, I like it when I'm at home, I like it when you're wrong, I like it when I don't know. I know I might be too torn, I know I might be
vocals
too
was.
I know I fall too fast in love, I know I shouldn't be born. Yeah, it's crazy, all these thoughts can fuck somebody. Fuck, I needed a gun for it. If I got trouble, I won't just pop a body. All these hoes would cop a shorty, they be like I'm in the party. You gon' be the guy that's asking. Fuck, why am I even asking? All you know is poppin' Zanny, smoking weed and get a voties. In a life without some police, in a life without some stories. Do you really know what's in the future?
Op means O with a hand over the like oops. Okay, so let's talk about that clip that we just heard from Voss. Music is okay, but vocals lack the classical two things: variation in pitch and variation in cadence. So variation in pitch is I am going. You know, you need to vary your pitch in your lyrics. You can't just say I am going down the road and then I see a house. Next to the house is a mouse. And every intonation of every syllable that you do would be the same pitch. You need to vary that pitch. And the second thing you would need to vary is the cadence. You would not go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. And then you would combine those two, and you would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, and everything, da, 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 you know? And then you get to the kind of cadence and pitch that you need to have as a rapper. And I feel if you work on those two, that will be the best for you. Because music is okay, you know. I always advise people to catch up where they're comparatively lacking the most. So varying your cadence and your pitch would be the things for you to to crush. And I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do that. Janie send something. No UI.
I see you. I wanna know you.
See, there I can already say this person has, this person has voice.
I see you. I wanna know you. I see you. I wanna know you. I see you. I wanna know.
Ah, and there I can see that voice is not trained.
Wanna know you. No. Wanna know you. No.
Yeah, collapse. Okay, so for you, Janie, the thing is very clear. You're obviously talented. You have the gift of the good voice. Now you need to train it. Means like you're able to hit shit, and you need to sing. If you have people that can advise you, like a vocal coach, it's great, but you need to sing, and you need to do like vocal things like and then really hold that tone. If you have access to a computer, there are some tools that give you the frequency of the note that you're singing. So you could sing into a microphone and the computer would say what you're singing, a C, for example, or a D. And then you could just sit in front of the computer. If you have a computer and you have a microphone, download that and go, and I'm not a singer, and then you can train yourself to intonate and hold these notes, and up and down and go down, C, D, E, F, C, F, E, D, and then go up and just go crazy with it. And then now it sounds like stupid and dumb, but do that vocal training because you have the voice. You have the voice. God has given you the voice. So not a lot of us do get that. You got it, and all you need to do is train it. And then, you need to go ahead and write lyrics. You're already doing that. Pretty sure your lyrics are going to be fine because you have something to talk about. You're opinionated. You know what you... what the fuck was that sound? Was the eye of God. So you're going to be good, and then you're going to get into music, but your money is your voice. You know what I mean? Because there's only 1 out of every 200 musicians has a voice like that. Most people don't. You do. So there's your capital. Your capital is going to be your voice, your lyrics, and then you're going to find something to complete that out. Either make music yourself with a DAW or find somebody to work with you and do it. But if you have any way, and if you want, you can talk to me about it on the Discord. If you have any way to get a self-instruction music course, and if you want, I will look for you as well. Because there's courses where you can learn singing at home from like a video. And that will be the best for you. For rapping, I don't know if that exists, but yeah, that's what I would say to you, Janie. There, You're lucky, people. Let's go to Benzo and his SoundCloud. What is that? It opens a new... Okay. Oh, like it? Little bit overdriven, boom, boom, but
Lately I've been trying to find tranquility. Admittedly, I have no stability. All my plugs been doing is killing me. Telling
Same
me
as
that
Vaz.
they're healing me, but all they're doing is
Pitch and
killing me.
cadence.
Nothing can ever heal me. Nothing will ever bring me back. I've been so paranoid. I think I
very see, and this is always how everybody starts. Or slower. Same pitch, same cadence.
need to start carrying a Mac. Even when I'm with the shorty riding in that dirty sporty. We've been straight fucking in a while. Fuck you, bitch. I'm just trying to get on my rockstar shit. Feeling like I'm in my prime
music
time.
is pretty
That's why
good,
I
dude.
went and got the triple nines, but I'm still chasing down high. Feeling like I never died. Rude. So I'm screaming, fuck you, bitch. I'm just trying to get on my rock.
And of course, both Vaz and Benzo are still afraid to sing. Don't be afraid to sing. If you're not fully opening your mouth, fully open your mouth. When artists record, they don't look good. That's why they make a music video, but they're not really singing in that music video. When you're rapping, you need to open your fucking mouth, okay? But that ain't it. And you need to like really go at it, you know? You need to like let go and not be afraid, and like not like, hello, my name is Avi. I'm rapping about my cat. It's really cool to meet you. I would like that, you know? It was the first song when I started. Try one of the new ones. I will. Right, I'm gonna go record the same song again. It was a song with you twice. No, but it's the for you both. Very pitch, very cadence. You know, ask yourself: am I varying cadence in this song? Am I going da 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 da, or am I going da 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 da? Whatever you want your cadence to be, it needs to be percussive. It needs to be rhythmic. Your words are driving an additional rhythm. Number one, these percussive, and then of course, pitch. Whatever, you know? And as long as you don't have these two, you're not done. You're only done if you have a very identifiable cadence that people even might identify. Busta Rhymes had a very identifiable cadence. And a very identifiable pitch. So when you were very pitch and cadence and you got that down, then good. All right, let's listen to more from Benzo.
Lately I've been sipping way too much. Honestly, I ain't been giving any fucks. Yeah, I just wanna get real fucked up, yeah.
Stop dreaming.
Honestly, all I ever do is wanna get fucked up, yeah.
So Benzo, do you do the music yourself? Because that's pretty good.
Reaching for my double cup, but it's fucking empty, so I gotta re-up. Yeah, I come unplug, yeah, I got a new pint in, yeah. Yeah, I got that walk, yeah, I walk way too high when I'm fucking leaning, yeah, I tend to stumble when I'm motherfucking leaning, yeah, I'm drinking codeine, yeah, it's got me fucking dreaming of these codeine dreams, feeling like I don't feel the same.
Yeah, music is pretty stable. And song needs, you know, pitch and cadence variation. But definitely, you know, all these artists that we had, Janie, Vaz, Benzo, on the way to getting somewhere. Vips. Somebody posted in Vips. Okay. Hadn't seen that in a while. Where am I? Promote your own music. There you go. So, yes, I do everything myself. Good! You're definitely a better producer than a rapper at this moment. You know, you should get together with somebody like Janie, who's definitely a better singer than a producer. You know, there's always this. You know, you can do that. But it depends, you know. Some people find out later that they want to be rappers, they don't want to be rappers, they want to be producers, they don't want to be producers. It depends on what it is that eventually you wanna end up doing. But if you want to do it all, then Yoda, little baby Yoda was here and was trying to scratch me. Then you're gonna have to learn all of it, which is of course more. It's much harder to be a vocalist and producer because you're going to have to learn all of it. And I used to be a vocalist and producer. I just kind of like put back the vocalist thing after a while and focused on something. But it's given me an insight into how to work with vocalists, why they're failing, how to, you know, how some things should sound or sounds good. So at a very basic level, you'll gain some understanding into how vocalists, etc., work. And P. Cripper says, "Wow!" So he probably liked some of our songs that we just played. So that's good. All new artists, all young artists. Watch out for them. Join our Discord server. I'm gonna place that link in here. CountZeroRecords.com/Discord. So I just put the Discord link into the Reddit. So if you're on Reddit, you want to join us on Discord, you can do that there. All right. Let me see what else we got. We got Kalibara. We got Still Dill and some other stuff on there. I'm going to skip reviewing that for now and hope that we're going to make announcements that is going to make all of that clear to people, because right now it seems to be that don't necessarily understand it. But I see that Cheney advanced to level 2, Benzo advanced to level 2. Yeah, that's good. All right. That is good. Guys, I think that today I'm going to keep it a little bit shorter and finish this up at 10. I just reviewed the most important things to me, which are the guys that are on our Discord and are always there and posting their stuff in there, and the things that I had where people put a little bit of money in to have me give them feedback. Yeah, so I kind of like wanted to do that and do the show. I feel like we had a pretty nice show today. And I'm probably going to head out because it's 10 o'clock now. And, you know, we've been traveling. It's been a thing. So if you want to join me again, I'll be back on Wednesday. Because I now always do Monday and Wednesday, always 8 o'clock Central European time, which is currently... Hold on, let me think of that. How much UTC that currently is. I think it's +2. Let me check. Yeah, currently it's 2000. It's 1953 UTC, and we have here 2153 UTC. So we are UTC +2 currently. So it would be 2000 UTC +2. So if you're in UTC, it would be 1800. So depending on where you are in the world, the show's on at a different time. Thank you again for being on Record Label Boss. If you want to join us on the Discord server, you can do so at CountZeroRecords.com/Discord. You can post your music there and get some feedback. We have some new things that are going on there, so you can gain levels now by chatting. So go ahead and chat in as many rooms as you can so you can gain levels, because with these levels you get like benefits and you get secret rooms and special roles and all kinds of stuff. We wanted to make that fun. And of course we wanted to reward the people that are always part of our community and always talking and sending their songs and stuff. And we want to give these guys a leg up on on everything that they do, that we do. And Lada Pichi says the show starts at 1 p.m. Central U.S. time. Okay. Yeah, so I guess for the Americans, it's the show comes on kind of like in the around midday, early afternoon, something like that. And for us Europeans, it's the end of the day. Because I'm going to, take down everything, then I'm going to shower and go to sleep. So yeah, join us on the Discord, chat a lot so you can get some new roles, really cool. And then I'll see you all on Wednesday on the next Record Label Boss. We have some releases coming out soon, I hope. Interesting ones. Can't really talk about it yet, but we will see. Of course, you're always welcome to go to recordlabelboss.com. There's a link collection there that points to my resources. But the best thing is if you join us on Discord. That's countzerorecords.com/Discord. You can hang out with us and do stuff. I want to say thanks to Creepy Ape, to Poopy, to Wayne, to Gaetano, to Benzo, to Lada Pichi, to Kenny, who's always there, to Vaz, and to Janie, and to Yo-Yo, of course, to James, who subscribed today, and all the people that support the show and the label. Thank you so much for being there and for making this awesome thing go. I will see you on Wednesday on the next Record Label Boss. I love you all.
Стефанія, мамо, Стефанія, розквітає поле, а вона сивіє. Заспівай мені, мамо, колискову, хочу ще почути твоє рідне слово.
Вона мене колисала, дала мені ритм і напевне силу полі не забрати мене подала. Вона напевне знала, може більше і від кола моноломаними.